All right, so tonight we are making some pork with sage and some breadcrumbs on it, and some couscous. And the mustard, yeah. And couscous with some cranberries, and I was doing pine nuts, but somehow I can't seem to find any now in my house. So maybe we'll do almonds or something. It's nice to have couscous. It's just a good base for all different stuff, and it's always in my cabinet. And the cranberries are sweet. Maybe we'll add a little feta to it, and then of course some herbs, and then something crunchy is nice. But if you don't have it, I don't have it tonight, or I may not have it. We'll see if I have some other stuff. You know, you just improvise. And so usually I'd have another vegetable with this, but it's late. I'm just gonna make the couscous and pork and just be done with it for tonight. So Ash, can you give me some mustard, please?
Oh, yeah.
So I have already,
Dijon.
so I'm gonna get some mustard. So this is a breaded pork that my sister-in-law actually introduced me to. She made it once for dinner. Oh, I hope we have enough. See if we have any other mustard. Obviously I need to go shopping. Okay, so my sister-in-law made this. It was really great. We make it a little different. I think she put it on bake, and I am going to pan fry it. Yeah, let's try that. And also, you know, the traditional breading, which I do for chicken and sometimes pork and other things, is you put in flour, then you put it in an egg wash, which is egg and a little water. No. So flour and then egg and then the breadcrumbs. So, but this time, but for this one, I have 4 thinly sliced pork chops. I don't even know what they are, to be honest. They do have bones in them. That gives them nice flavor. Because they have bones, so I'm not really sure. Maybe cutlets. I don't even know. They just look like this. They're just some pork, there's some bones. Like, it's not really a pork chop, you're right, but so it's something like that. So they're pretty thinly cut, so they cook up quickly. And instead of doing the whole rigmarole of the bread, the flour and eggs, and then the breadcrumbs, all I'm gonna do is put some mustard on them. The recipe, I think, had called for you put the mustard into the eggs, so then that's where it gets the mustard flavor. But I'm supposed to use Dijon mustard. Of course, I have Dijon. I don't know if I'll have enough. And then, no, I don't need that. And then,
Okay then.
and then you put it into the breadcrumbs and then just fry it up. And then with my couscous, of course, it's just a cup of
Chicken
water,
broth.
but I put chicken broth. You can put any liquid if you want. The chicken broth gives it some nice flavor. So I have a cup of chicken broth, and then I'm gonna use the couscous, and then at the end, I'll just add in my cranberries and my parsley. And that's it. Thanks. All right, and of course, you need your glass of wine. Here, let me grab my salt and my pepper. It's kosher salt and some freshly ground pepper. First, I'm just gonna season each side of the pork, or this side of the pork first. Then I'm gonna put some black pepper on it, just to flavor this up. You know what? I am going to turn on my couscous just so it's ready. Couscous takes 5 minutes to cook, but you need to heat up the water first. And I'm gonna turn on my oil here. I used canola oil, excuse me, because you can't use olive oil for something when you're doing something on sort of high heat. And also, we don't need any flavor. Canola oil is totally adequate. It has very little flavor. I think that's enough. It's just about a 1/4 inch, just so it gets one side of the pork. So we'll just do this each by itself. I'm gonna grab a spoon. You can use whatever utensil. You can do it with your hands if you want. I'm gonna use a spoon. Again, I have my Dijon mustard. And then I'm just gonna squirt some on each one. Can you check if I have any more Dijon in there?
Where? In the fridge?
Fridge, or maybe in the pantry? I feel like I got some, but maybe not. All right.
Dad, look in the pantry.
All right, so of course I have no more left. All right, I'll keep it upside down. Maybe a little bit more will come out. And then all I do is just spread it around, put it on all over the pork. All over the pork here. And all over the pork here.
Just
All over the pork on this side. Honey bun, please stop.
Okay, sorry.
Just stop. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my spoon down. No.
what is this?
Dijon mustard.
Okay, so this is whole grain Dijon. That's good. All right, so I'll put some on this one. We have a fridge outside that I forget what's out there usually. Here, you know what?
Usually there's no dead time, but
Okay, this doesn't look like it's good. All right. Anyway, so I have my pork. I'm gonna turn it over, and actually I'm gonna put two of them right out on here. And there's like a big thing of that here. I'm gonna cut this off. Sometimes I like to trim the meat. Usually it's fine. Oh, I forgot about the, okay, anyway. So another thing that we need is, or we don't need, so I'm gonna put some sage. It's from my garden outside. I'm gonna put some sage on this, also on this pork. So I forgot to cut that up. Here, let me grab
What
this.
herbs aren't from your garden?
The cilantro that we used the other day. I had to buy that. I didn't have any more. But yeah, mostly the herbs. I try to get my garden nice and full of them. All right, so I'm gonna put it on the side of these ones, but of course on that one I forgot the sage. So here, I'll put it on the other side. Yeah, okay. All right, so then I'm gonna salt and pepper this side of my pork, and then I'm gonna try to get some more mustard. I guess I'm just gonna use the spicy brown mustard here, just a little bit. Again, use Dijon, it really has a nice flavor. The wine in it is great. And then I'm gonna mix around this mustard on this side, put a little bit of the sage on this side, and flip it over.
Just do the flip. The flip.
Okay, and then, oh, and these breadcrumbs are not I guess the regular breadcrumbs that you use. These are called panko breadcrumbs, and they're Japanese style. They're a little lighter, a little fluffier, I think, and give the pork a great texture. So here we're gonna do I'm gonna put a little bit more mustard on this one. And then we're
on
gonna,
this because
and then I'm gonna flip this thing.
just flip it.
I'm just gonna put it on the side here. I have probably a bigger plate. Usually I get smaller cutlets, but this time this is what they had. And so I'm gonna put this one on here. I'm gonna put a little salt and pepper on here. And I'm gonna throw a teeny bit of the breadcrumbs into my oil and just see if it's almost ready. You know, when you put the meat in, you want it to sizzle a little bit and
I think it's ready.
and fry up nicely. You don't want it just sitting there soaking in oil. Then that's when it just gets absorbed all into the meat and not just
Wait, what does it mean to like sizzle and fry? Oh, like.
yeah, it just like means it's hot enough. Like when we, like yesterday.
So what's this like?
So that's not quite ready because it should just like right when I put it in, it should like psst, like sort of start sizzling. It kind of is, but it's kind of not. So.
It's not all the way
All
ready.
right. And then, so I'm just gonna put a little bit more. So you see how even without the egg wash and the flour and that whole thing, there is, the breadcrumbs are sticking onto my my pork chops here. So you don't always need to put a bunch of eggs and stuff into this. Okay, sorry, Tramp. He likes to sit and wait for food here. I'm gonna grab.
And of course the food comes, but.
I'm gonna grab some cranberries that I'm gonna be putting in to my couscous here, and they're really sweet and tangy.
So good.
But I'm gonna just chop them up a little because you can leave them whole, but I think it tastes better when you just get a little taste of it, not a whole big chunk of it. So I'm just gonna cut these up.
Dried cranberries a raisin, then a cranberry.
And then, and then, so that's
That.
that was simple. We'll put this over on the side here until we're ready.
Pick one.
You know what, I'm gonna put this all into a bowl.
I'll get one.
Wanna get one of those glass ones of your guys?
Uh-huh.
So, our pan is pretty much ready, so I'm gonna put one of my pork chops in here.
Here we go.
That's the sizzle
Oh
you
my
want to hear.
god.
That's the sizzle that you want to hear from it. You don't want to crowd the pan. I'm only gonna put 2 in here. So now we have those 2. They're pretty thin, so they need only like maybe 3 minutes aside. And then I'm just gonna put my cranberries in here. And another thing I need for my couscous is some parsley. So also, especially when it's from your garden, you want to make sure you have cleaned it nicely because sometimes it's in the mud and
Buggy booze.
so I'm going to actually wash this one more time because I see some mud on here. Nobody wants to be eating any mud. Except Jake, he really likes it, so that's fine. I'll put that one in for you. Okay. All right, and then, so here I got my parsley. Again, I put a timer on my microwave for the pork, but you really don't need to. But then it's like I can just concentrate on other things and not even worry about
Wait,
having it overcooked or
5
anything.
minutes each side.
3 minutes each side. So here we are. This is the parsley that's going into the couscous, so everything will be ready while the meat, rests for 5 minutes. Our